Hi, I'm Loretta Barra, and I wanted to show you how to paint these with this watercolor strip. And this is the paint kit that you've ordered. So we're going to work on the jack-o'-lantern. I've got the paper here. Now you will actually be getting a larger sheet. You'll have one this big. It's 8 by 10 watercolor paper. It's 90 pound, pre-traced, but I'm just going to do a little demo with a smaller sheet here. I've got some poster board that I got at the Dollar Tree. I've got some tape. We're going to tape it down. You could tape all four sides. I'm just going to tape two sides down. I've got my color strip. I have a 6 color kit here strip, so I've got ways to create more colors. There are also 5 color strips and a different color chart that goes with those. But for now, we're going to work with a 6 color kit. And I've got water. I've got a paper towel, Kleenex, my brush, and a little palette. It's just a plain piece of paper. You can use a saucer, cup saucer, or a plate. And let's get started. Oh, you know what I need is I need to take a look at my reference photo. It's right here. I'm going to set it right there. Can you see it? Let's see. Yeah, you can see it right there. That way I know what I'm painting. And there's my water. Okay, so we're going to start with the jack-o'-lantern, which is orange. And I have got some in orange here. It's called vermilion, and a yellow. Perfect for the jack-o'-lantern. So wet my brush. I'm going to take some of the yellow to start. I'm just pulling some of that color off of the strip, putting it on my palette, and that's very bright yellow. And I'm going to dip my brush in the water and get some of this orange color. And I'm going to place it here. And I'm going to mix those two together. And it looks a little dark, but I'm going to use some of this darker orange through here because it seems a little darker up near the stem. So I'm going to put some of this up here, down, and through here. Because there's more than one color in there. And it even comes down a little here. A little more water. Now, as I'm pulling this color, see, I have a lot of paint on there. So all I'm doing is adding water. And I'm pulling this color down. So if you notice, I haven't really used that much paint. And I'm pulling this color down, but I am going to take a little more paint onto my brush from my palette. And I'm going to pull some of this down as well. Okay, so with watercolor, you use water. And when you want to make a color light, you add water to it. You don't add white, which is different than acrylic and oil. And I'm just pulling this color. I do want to add a little bit more yellow in this part. So I'm going to add it in here and pull it in because it seems there's some yellow up here in the center where the light's hitting. So I want to make it a little prettier by adding some yellow. And I'm just pushing the paint with water. That one needs a little more paint because it dried. I'm actually here in Idaho, and it's so dry here. It's high desert. So my watercolor dries so fast. I'm forever having to add water to try not to have streaks. So I don't know where you are, but hopefully your watercolor doesn't dry as quickly. But mine does, so I'm constantly having to go, more water, please, because the paper dries so fast. Now it's a little darker down at the bottom, so we're going to add a little more paint. And even though I went beyond the lines, I'll be painting this with green, and it will cover that up. So I'm not going to worry about it. And in here, I went a little beyond the line, but that's going to be black, so we'll cover it. So there we have the jack-o'-lantern, and you'll see it when it dries. It might even be lighter. You could always come back and add more paint after it dries, but you want to make sure it dries first. Because if you try adding more paint now, it'll just lift it off. Okay, so let's work on the stem and the leaf, and that's green. And it does look like it's got some yellow in it. So once again, I'm going to come into the yellow and I'm going to put it on my palette. I might even put a little in here just to give it that touch of yellow ahead of time. Clean it off, get a little green, and let's put it here. Oh, that's a pretty color. We'll kind of lighten it up a little, but it's a really pretty green. So let's go like this and bring that around, and we'll put it in the leaf. I'm leaving that yellow so you can see it. I like to have little highlights in my paintings. And he's got green, he's sitting on greenery. So let's put some green in here. And I have a lot of green here. I'm just pulling it off of my palette instead of going back to the paint strip. These paint strips last quite a while. You should have enough on even just one of them for your 3 paintings, but I gave you 2 strips just in case. But the trick is make sure you use a palette, because a lot of this, it looks like it's dry, but you just add water and you pick up that color right back again, and there's enough for your paint, for your painting. These color strips are a trip. It's something new that I just found, and they're just really, I love them. You can take them on trips with you, and you don't have to worry about your paint getting all messed up. I always have a Kleenex, by the way, and paper towel so I dry off my brush. I'm using black now. In order to make black, we look here, and this says it makes charcoal gray. So it's blue and it's brown. So in order to make gray darker, we just add more paint. So let's take some of the blue onto our palette. And let's take some of this brown color onto our palette and see what we come up with. Okay, looks pretty good. There we go. We got black or dark brown. Close enough. Oh, I never use black paint in watercolor. It's very dull. I like my paintings to stand out, not to look dull. And black tends to be dull. We don't use white that often in watercolor either, because we're painting on white paper. So if you want something to be white, you just leave it blank. So those are a couple of little tricks about painting with watercolor. Okay, so we're just using this. I'm going to put a little more water, get a little more. It looks a little brown when I added water, so I'm adding a little more blue. Let's take water with a little blue, put it in here, and to make it a little darker. Do you see how that made it darker? It went from brown more to black because I added blue. Just play around with the colors, play with them on your palette, and that way when you take it to your painting, you know what color you're coming up with. You could always go back over things after they dry with another coat. Okay, there we go. We got our jack-o'-lantern. Now I can come and do the rest of it just by playing with all the colors, but I'm going to stop now and let you get to painting. Have fun, and you've got a lot of cool things to paint. You can make different colors of yellow and orange and purples and grays, and then you've got your ghost. So the ghost is pretty much all white, except you're adding some blue in here, and then the black eyes. Have fun painting. Happy Halloween.